about you. I was just talking mad hype about you, yo.
Welcome.
This is incredible. Almost on time.
Welcome. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 270. No, Gavin, that is just this weird thing with the podcast scene collection that 10 minutes after I start the actually streaming, just crashes. But then it's good for the rest of the evening. It's just that first 10 minutes when I start streaming, it just crashes. Don't know why. But yes, welcome everybody to our Independence Day podcast.
Are we independent from America?
Yeah, didn't exactly feel like celebrating the United States this year. Don't know why.
Now, who could place why? Honestly, no, it's going great. Everything's going great.
Everything is awesome, as there's one song that says that. Oh boy. Oh yeah. On the note of just dour crap about this country. DA, you remember how last week you were like, oh man, get rid of Black Lives Matter from the weekly reminder?
I don't remember ever saying that. That's not something I would say. Don't put that on me. How dare you? That's disgusting. No. Those people's lives always matter.
Wow. So yeah, just in the ever flooding of just shit happening in Ohio. Actually, there was two great things that happened in Ohio this week, and
I don't know if "great" is the
heaviest
adjective
amount of
you want to use there.
sarcasm on the word "great." Heaviest amount of sarcasm.
It wasn't enough sarcasm.
Just awful, disgusting shit. So, literally, like the day of the Supreme Court order for the Roe v. Wade, 10-year-old girl needed to go to Indiana to receive care because she was 3 days over the 6-week limit Ohio had for abortions due to her uncle doing stuff. Just, again, just angering shit. And then
She's 10. What, like?
No exceptions. And Ohio plans to make things stricter. It's just great. And then a young African-American man got shot. I believe the count was 60 times.
Yeah, they fired 90 bullets.
Yes.
So there's a little bit going on there in that, and the story's still developing. So if the facts change from what I know, it is what it is. But apparently before he started running, before he left the car, he fired a weapon at them. It does not give them just cause to fire 90 times, but it is understandable of the we feared for our life type thing.
Yeah, the only thing that I've seen describing that is there are no there's no signs of a weapon being fired in the car.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's the only report I've read where it says something like that. But it's also very weird that there was an incident in like Arkansas, somewhere around there. Just think southern white people, where a guy legitimately killed 4 cops, 2 police officers, a police officer dog, and the dog's trainer. Legit killed him. He got brought in alive. No shots fired. Mm-hmm. He got real roughed up in the face. His face is off in mess. But he's alive.
Yeah. So, just to get this out of the way, the weekly reminder, Black Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, get your vaccines, wear your masks, support body autonomy, support Ukraine. Is there anything I missed? This is...
Today,
everybody just be cool. Everybody just chill.
Yeah, be cool and allow my freedoms to not wear a mask. There was a story of a doctor doing a house visit for a 3-year-old girl who might have had COVID. And the parent was in the living room, the father, and no mask on the father while the doctor's visiting. And he said, "Can you wear a mask so I can examine your daughter?" The guy's like, "No, I have an exception, blah, blah, blah." Wife's like, "He has an exception." So he's like, "Okay, can you leave the room temporarily so I can examine the child?"
A simple request.
"No, the child needs me here." The doctor's like, "Well, there's nothing I can do." Woman went online crying that the doctor would allow a 3-year-old to be sick rather than treat them over some policies. And not taking accountability that the father would not leave the room for 30 minutes
No, we're
to
not
allow his
part.
daughter
We're
treatment.
not adding that part. Nah, that's not relevant to the story. Sorry.
It's
Nah.
always the other person. Where is the accountability of these morons?
The accountability of the morons stems from the fact that it's the servicer versus the servicee. They're the ones who are the quote-unquote ones needing to be helped. They are the ones who have control, quote-unquote, of the scenario. And therefore don't want to or / need to feel that they should abide by anybody else's expectations.
The
If
only
you are
thing
paying
there-
for a service, the one who brings and costs the service is the one that has to abide by the other's request. That's how this shit works these days.
But that feels very manipulative in that,
You don't say.
you know, as a police officer, you have to help. So I'm just going to do whatever I want. And you have to do it. I am essentially appealing to your decency and your humanity to allow me to be a piece of shit.
Nope. Nope. Doesn't work that way, man.
Oh yeah, Dryden. Yes, definitely support cancer awareness. Cancer awareness. I just do that.
Or make an NFT out of a dead person.
Did they really?
Oh, you bet your bottom dollar. And you know what is hooked up to him? An IV, a heart machine, and an EKG in the NFT.
The thing I was about to say is just cancer in general has affected my life a lot in terms of friends and family that were taken way too soon. But that is... Let people be stupid, I think, is the... let's people stop being stupid. Stop it!
We can't let people be stupid. Pacifism never achieves anything.
I mean, the people that are stupid are going to be the people that make policies if we just allow people to be stupid.
Yep. It needs to not be allowed. We need to be combating this
Period.
kind of ignorance. But the thing is that we've achieved a social norm of non-combativeness that's become impossible because nobody's going to call anybody else out because if they do, they're afraid of getting quote-unquote canceled or called out or losing face or whatever the fuck a lot of these Democrats even seem to be cowering behind the idea of. There's nobody willing to put up a fight, and that's the problem.
Nobody that should be putting up the fight is willing to.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is our policymakers that were voted in by the people.
But they get comfortable. They get complacent. They get bought. But that's the problem is like there's nobody willing to do the right thing anymore. It's all about what benefits the individual versus the greater good. That's where we've landed. And that's, honest to God, that has been the result of a social stigma that we've been allowing to grow in this country for the better part of 50 years. The social stigma of me versus everyone else.
I mean, America and people in general are selfish to begin with. I believe America is the most selfish country. Because just based off of the way we, like feet to meters, or Celsius to Fahrenheit, it's just gotta be our way.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But again, that comes back to the idea of American idealism has been more focused on us versus everyone. Therefore, the individual, the American individual, let me phrase it that way, is superior to all others, and it's become to the point where that's including other American individuals. What's that stupid ass saying? Gotta beat the Robinsons or whatever the fuck that thing is. It's that we've socialized the idea of being better than your neighbor. Like there's no cohesion. It's just about you have to win.
But what is winning?
Not losing.
Exactly.
But what's not losing.
Winning.
Being better.
Okay, but who
Having more.
Are you,
Getting more. Not letting them get anything. Get before they get.
Dude,
Get more than they got.
if I had a very good job and a nice house, I'm good. We're good. I don't understand billionaires. Like, I just do not get it.
Yeah. It's all about just winning. Like that's just it. It's the idea of that I want to be God. I want to be king.
You want your stamp on the world.
Yep.
There is something about that because there was a discussion about does anybody else fear that they're not going to leave any imprints on the world? And I'm just like, why would I give a about the imprint I leave on the world? A bunch of strangers that never met me going, that Albert was that means nothing to me. If I enjoy the life I live, beyond that, and whatever kids I raise, beyond that, what is it gonna matter to me?
And you try your best not to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
No,
just
fuck
like,
that.
if I can
BG hurting everybody? Come on.
emotionally, maybe,
okay.
but
Argumentatively, maybe.